What's up everybody, welcome to Dr. Moto. Today we're going to try to change the front brake pads so that we get the front brake actually working, and we're going to change the oil on the bike. Okay, so I got some more fuel in the tank, and first thing we got to do is we got to warm up the engine so the oil is more viscous and it can flow out easier. So let's see if it will start. Choke is on. Okay, after a little bit of struggle, it finally started. It really doesn't like the cold. But either way, it's running now. I'll let it warm up. And then we're going to demonstrate how the front brakes work before I open up to drain the oil. Okay, so first we're going to illustrate how the current brakes work. I'm going to go down the driveway, accelerate the bike a little bit, and then squeeze on the front brakes and see how much stopping distance we have. So pretty much right now, unless I use the rear brake, I'm probably gonna drive all the way through the garage and into the other house. So pretty much the front brake is just not working at all. So we're gonna change those brake pads, and hopefully it will work better. And let's set it up so we drain the oil in the cleaning process. Alright, I'm not gonna spend too much time on this because changing oil is pretty straightforward. Essentially, this is where you put it in. This big guy here is your oil filter, and under here you'll see there is a screw which we're going to unscrew and drain the oil from. One thing to mind right now is the exhaust is hot since the engine warmed up, so we got to be careful with what we're touching. Like, it's pretty warm right here, but the exhaust is pretty damn hot. It'll probably melt right through my gloves. So yeah, I'm gonna open up the screw, drain that. While that's draining, I'm gonna undo the front brakes. This side seems to be held by just these two screws, so we're just gonna undo those, pull the entire caliper off, swap the brake pads, put it back on. Straightforward. The other side is a little bit more involved, as we have a little bit more screws and such. So on this one, it seems like the main things that hold it to the fork are this screw and this screw. So this and this. So we're probably going to take those two off. Hopefully that won't fuck too much up. And again, pull it off, adjust, put back on, and then give it another try to see how, if any improvement is there. Here's the oil being drained. It's a nice warm liquid. When it starts to like almost die, you open up the fill-up cap and you start to unscrew the filter. In order to unscrew the filter, we're going to use one of these. They just wrap around. You torque it, comes off. Technically that shouldn't be on there too hard, so If we open that up, get some airflow. Okay, and yeah. So now while that's fully draining, let's get the oil filter off and start unscrewing the front brake. Okay, brake pads are out, and just as a comparison, you can kind of see the thickness difference on these. There's roughly like a millimeter and a half difference. So you add that up times 2 on either side, well, no shit, it doesn't break at all. The brake pads I'm going to be using, they're exact replacements, so they should be going in there pretty easily. In terms of how these came out, we have the caliper itself. The pads used to sit in that space there. They were essentially kept in place by these pins that fit through here, going all the way through, locking through these holes, and then there was a small bracket on the other side that essentially kept everything in place. So I'm just going to put the other ones back in, pop them back on, and we should be good on this side. Alright, so this caliper is done. The brake pad is in. As you can see, the fresh pads in there. I don't know if you guys can even see them moving, but they are. I also put on the new Fram oil filter. I've screwed in the piece on the bottom, the screw. So now it's just a matter of adding in new oil. And there's actually this little screw right here. There's a little window here where you can see the level of the oil. And the screw, what it does is actually a little windshield wiper. So if I switch over my screwdriver here. So if we screw that around, it should clear the view a little bit. Okay, now I just need to wipe that out just so I can see what it actually is on the outside. And I'm gonna add the oil. Still need to change the pads on the other side, and then we should be good to go. Let's get some oil in this baby. Okay, so we have everything in there. The oil is filled back up. The bike takes 2.9 liters of oil, so I filled that up. Let's give it a run. We'll need to like warm it up again, and then check the level again, see if we need to add a little bit more, a little bit less, whatever. Well, not really a little bit less, so I'm not taking out oil. So here we go. Starts right up. Seems to be running pretty smooth. I guess since it was already warmed up, it runs on all 4 right now. Okay, I'm gonna let it warm up. In the meantime, I'll find the tools I need to take these guys off so I can change the brake pad on the other side as well. Okay, so I changed the front brakes. Oil is in the bike. Bike starts up pretty easily, so you can see. Fires right up. However, the front brakes still don't work. I tried bleeding them a little bit more from all the different points. So from here, the banjo bolt, from these 2 banjo bolts, from down here. So pretty much everywhere. And I'm pretty sure that there is no air in the system. As to why they are not locking up the front, I'm not exactly sure. I have to look into it more closely. The only kind of obvious thing that I'm thinking of is perhaps the discs are too worn out. In which case I'll need new discs. But I'll measure them out and see what their thickness is, what it's supposed to be, and yeah, we'll go from there. But anyways, the bike is working, and oil is changed, so technically it's good for the season. That was it for this episode. Make sure to subscribe, click the little bell for notifications when new videos become available. Follow me on Instagram at Balkanmoto2018, and yeah, thanks for watching.